Hi
Ready?
everyone, welcome to Babies with Knives channel. Tonight we are going to be playing Hero System 6th Edition, aka Champion 6th Edition. We are going to be playing a campaign called Chaotic Origins. I'm your host, Alice Peng, aka Lala Twiddle on the boards. With me is my co-host, Brandon Powers. Please say hi.
Howdy, howdy.
He is also our GM for the evening. And playing along with me will be Aldo Regalado.
Hello.
And Timothy LeMaster.
Hey there.
So, let's get started.
I would just want to go around real quick and give people an idea of the characters that you guys are going to be playing. So why don't we go ahead and start with Aldo, who is going to be playing Ghostlight. And if you just want to give them a little window into it, into the character, and maybe a description that we were talking about right before.
Sure. Ghostlight. His real name is Kyle Resnick. He's an FBI counterterrorism agent. Pretty hard-nosed and kind of a cynical until he had an experience where he saw something that was that confirmed that the supernatural exists and that maybe there's more to the world than he thought. In that encounter, he basically was merged with a will-o'-the-wisp that was captured and being experimented on in a secret facility in a swamp up in New England. And with that fusion, he gained ghost-like powers. Basically, he can become incorporeal. He can use the light of the will-o'-the-wisp for various attack purposes, but also various kind of ways of playing on people's minds. He can fly while he's dissolid, and he supplements all of that with his FBI training and his martial arts technique. Yeah, so we're going to go with midnight blue muscle suit, right? Skin tight muscle suit. And a white hood and cloak. The cloak has a kind of a rounded kind of edge and tapers, kind of like just midway, midway or a little bit lower than that on his, it's his legs. The midnight blue, however, there is a will-o'-the-wisp kind of light that plays on that. Sometimes it's very intense and kind of glowing as like a single thing on his chest. It might manifest on his faceplate, which I'll describe in a moment, or it might be kind of a swirl of patterns, or sometimes, depending on what he's doing, it could just radiate light, like white light. So at that point, he would be all white. He does have a faceplate, which is midnight blue, the same color as the cloak, on his face. And sometimes the will-o'-the-wisp will manifest there as kind of a glowing, kind of a glowing presence instead of a face. But it just depends on what he's doing.
Awesome. And the faceplate, is it when the will-o'-the-wisp isn't there? Is it metallic? Is it full face?
Is
that still being determined?
It's for now. It's full faced. That may change as the powers manifest a little differently. But for now, it's full faced, and it's hard to say. Like I would almost say, like it would have the. It's not metallic. It's something that manifests when the will-o'-the-wisp manifests. So, maybe ceramic would be a better word to describe it, but it's kind of an indeterminate material, right? But it would come off as perhaps more like translucent ceramic than if that makes sense. Kind of like more like it's not the color of amber, but kind of like amber. You can see through it, and it's translucent, and it's kind of like a stone.
So you are the mosquito inside the amber that we're going to get DNA from.
Probably, yeah.
And is it contoured to look like a human face, or is it kind of like a void, or what?
For now, we'll say that it's contoured to look like a human face.
Cool.
Yeah.
Since you're the one that I had the least, solid image, I was actually writing notes as we went through this, so that way I knew how to react.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. And why don't we go ahead and go over to Tim, who's going to be playing Diamond Jim. And if you want to give us a similar...
Well, all right, my name is Jim York from Tennessee. I was my thing is I was in the Army mainly because my dad couldn't afford college after I got out of high school, and I really wanted to go to college because high school was enough for me. So he was working on a farm and everything. He told me go out there and do your duty, and so I fought in the Iraqi war. And I want to get into whether we're supposed to be there or not. That's not the point of this discussion right now. Anyway, I did my thing, and I found out, well, I was one of those guys that, the neighborhood you're in, you're one of those guys that's always working on his car. He's always going to the junkyard. He's always going here and going there. He might have got, crappy and everything else, but when he was working auto shop, he was like top of his class. And the Jim liked working on cars, so he decided, well, I'm going to join the Army and teach me how to work on cars. So he went into the Army, and guess what? He learned to work on cars. Yeah, they actually got it right. I had a music teacher who told me that he joined the Army to join the music. He ended up working artillery. So this time it worked out. He got what he wanted. Well, anyway, I got up there, and I did my thing and survived and everything. And I was going to take my GI Bill and open me up my own repair shop. And, well, unfortunately, Mom and Dad died. There was like a farming accident. They both got killed, and somebody had to watch over the farm. Either that or sell it. My dad was pretty adamant. He wanted to keep it in the family. So I was sitting there on the farm thinking I wasn't too crazy about it, even thinking about going against my dad's wishes and selling the farm and doing what I wanted to do, but couldn't really. And I was just sitting out there on the front porch, drinking a beer, thinking about what to do, waiting for WCW to come on right before NASCAR, and I'm hanging out there, and then I see something up in the sky coming down. Now I figured it might be some meteorite, and it came down and hit me right in the middle of my cornfield. I got in my truck and I drove up there as fast as I could, got outside, and next thing you know, it wasn't a meteorite. It was like some sort of spaceship. So I got in, I got curious, probably for my own good. I thought, well, maybe somebody's hurting there. So I decided, I always keep a first aid kit in my truck just in case. So I grabbed it, ran out there, and lo and behold, I saw some. It looked like some sort of alien, a humanoid, had 2 arms, 2 legs, and a head. I figured, well, maybe I could do something. I don't know what I triggered or something, but suddenly I was hit by all these lights and stuff, and then the whole thing kind of blew up. And I staggered out, and I didn't know what was going on. My hands like crystalline or something, and I'm a whole lot bigger now. And then suddenly, my sister, Bessie May, comes out in the field looking for me. And suddenly a bunch of guys in black vans show up, and they started interrogating Bessie May, and they started looking at me, and she's wondering what's going on. I was about to say something. I guess Bessie May's got a bit of a temper. She started like yelling at him and saying some words that Mama told her not to say. And one of them backhands her. Well, no, nobody backhands my sister. So I went up there and I started around. I grabbed the van. Before I knew it, I was throwing the van around and everything. And next thing I know, they're blasting guns at me and knocked me down because I wasn't expecting. I was kind of groggy from the blast. I wake up in some sort of facility or lab or something, and they're poking, prodding, they're trying to cut me open, see what made me tick. And I was trying to just wonder where my sister is and what's going on. And all of a sudden, there was some sort of explosion caused by somebody. So somebody causing some explosion. And I grabbed my sister, broke out of there, grabbed my sister. And I kind of been on the run. I don't really know where to go. There was the government captured me. I don't know to go to the government. I look like this diamond thing. So I figure, well, my name is Jim. I'm made out of diamonds, so Diamond Jim. Other than that, I don't know exactly what to do at this point. So yeah, basically he's a brick.
Awesome. And let's go ahead and go to
And
our
nobody
last
messes
player.
with my sister.
Let's go to our last player, Alice. Let's go ahead and hear a little bit about the Scarab.
Sure. So I will be playing the Scarab. Her secret identity is Kayla Juliana Sosa Xavier. She is a half Brazilian, half black woman who is currently, well, she's not quite a woman yet. She is currently in high school, senior in high school. During a shopping trip out with her best friend to find a prom dress, they encounter a strange shop. Her friend dragged her into the shop. Inside the shop, they couldn't find the proprietor, but they found a lot of strange artifacts. And so finding it a bit of a creepy place, she wanted to get out of there pretty fast, but not before she got stung by some sort of scarab that caught her attention. Fast forward a bit, she goes through some shenanigans and discovers basically that that when in need, the scarab is she finds the scarab, and the scarab decides to take over her body, essentially. First time it happens, she's in the middle of doing something, and all of her stuff disappears, and all of a sudden she's dressed in a very different garb. She dressed her as the scarab. She wears a blue Egyptian dress, form-fitting around her bodice so that it's easier to move around. She has the along over the shoulders. She has diaphanous cloak that comes over the shoulders and split in the back, that's shaped like beetle wings. She along her forehead, she wears a wearing is kind of a loose term, as you'll learn later on, but there is a large scarab with the legs wrapped around her head as a crown. In general, that's a pretty good basic description. Oh, I should tell you what I do. I am a mystic, so she has two facets. One, when I am the Scarab, I have access to a set of powers from the Scarab Queen that I don't have without it. Without my heroic ID, I still have some magical powers that I was bestowed, which you will see later on.
Well, and that is our just get to know the people that are going to be around the table, which that way you have some sort of idea who people are. I have been improved by listening to all of you guys and getting another dose. Alice, obviously, I get to talk to her about her character, but even then, it helped reinforce the images and give me a bit more information. But hearing about Diamond Jim and hearing Diamond Jim's voice and getting to hear Aldo talk about Will-o'-the-Wisp was awesome. So that is a great little intro.
And that's it for this evening, everyone. So thank you for listening to our episode. We hope you tune in next time for the next installment. Bye.
Bye.
Say goodnight, Gracie.